Hey everybody, there we are going live. Checking bitrate. I've got green indicators. Okay. Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to a Saturday stream for me, Dad Name Cobra, or Cobra, as my friends call me. And hey, the fam's all home, so there could be plenty of interruptions. And that's okay. That's that dad life for you. Speaking of dad life, shout out to my buddy Wes, who I hope to get onto some streams with some games with me in the near future, because he is about to be a father. His wife is currently in labor. My missus dropped off some coffee earlier because he's been running strong all night. So shout out to you, Wes. Love you, man. Hope everything goes fine, and I'm sure that you're going to join me in being tired all the time and the crazy business that dad life. But that's okay. We're gonna find ways to put together games. Now, folks, I'm gonna do a little bit of an audio test here, real quick, just to make sure the audio from the other room. My microphone's pretty good, but I want to make sure we're not picking up too much TV chatter, too much TV chatter, too much TV, much TV, much TV, much TV. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. Well, I think we're doing good. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I see some folks already hopping in. Hey, just getting going with some Terra Invicta. As you know, we're playing this in a little bit of an analytical style. Let's make sure this is the game it's supposed to be, though. This is not the game session I was trying to load. This is October 2025. I feel like we got a weird save here. This is the wrong year. So yesterday's auto save. So this grabbed an exit save from a few days ago. Let's go ahead and grab a auto save from yesterday. That can't be right. Exploit. Let's load here. See what we get. Oh, that's weird. I would have expected to get an exit save when I streamed yesterday. But that's how it goes sometimes. So if memory serves for those of you from last time, we had successfully consolidated our grasp on the United States, and we have Kazakhstan. So we've got some really strong boost buildup going along, and we've rounded out our council, but we don't have a lot of great counselors that can do investigates on other counselors. Despite my attempts, I haven't had a chance to recruit any that can do that, which is the weirdest thing. I've never seen that. So we are in a bit of an odd predicament as far as counter operations go, where we can directly target other operatives. But we've managed to put together a pretty good task force as far as controlling and consolidating nations, which is why we were so successful in getting the United States. We've also got a probe on the way to the moon. No, we're about to finish the moon research, so we can get a probe to the moon, so we can get a station set up there, and then get some space mining going, which will really start to launch the early space game. And I'm gonna have to look up some numbers and stuff to understand mission control values for that. Enemies are planning. Okay, we've got the whole backlog feed going. Hi, little human. Yeah, hello. Okay, folks, give me a second. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Okay, let's see how bad this timeline difference was. An autosave. Our control caps. Wow, I think we lost some progress. Let's head down to Earth. We're going to clear out the timeline. Where are we? Well, we control the United States. We control Kazakhstan. Money, income, cash, influence. Mission to the Moon's almost finished. Okay. Well, folks, it looks pretty good. Looking pretty solid. Although it sounds like the game audio trying to play music. Don't do that. Already got music in the background from other stuff. We're going to just go ahead and set this onto Illuminati Analyst. So we have less confusion. Okay. Let's check our pretzel feed. Pretzel Rocks is the audio. Give that a little bit of a turn up. Okay. Alright, folks. I swear I'm a professional. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Here we go. Gonna get a look at it. So let's update our scoreboard here. Sitting at 5,900 cash. Influence is at 137.4. Ops. So we're doing good in most places. We have a nice boost. We have a really good boost generation going on. We're gonna have to start building MC cap eventually, but interestingly, our CPUs oh, that's right, it dropped due to Canada, our Canadian point. We got a hit there, which is part of the reason we're seeing some drops in a couple things, but they are not a critical part of our existing strategy. And if Project Exodus wants to take Canada from us, we'll worry about that again sometimes, some of it, right? Okay. Let's analyze our options. Okay. Well, folks, I think, what do we got here? Balthazar's doing advisements. We've got Larissa on maintenance of United States relations.
Acknowledged.
Lanavia is maintaining relations currently in Israel. Again, we got them early on because of their nuclear capability, and we have them primarily focusing on building out nuclear weapons. They're a fairly happy country. Hi, little human. Yeah, how you doing? Huh? What's that? Be right back, folks. With that. All comes with the dad tag, folks. That dad life. Gotta turn this volume back up. That's a lot better. I had everything turned down. You guys will have to let me know if the audio balance is off as far as music to everything. Let's we'll get that down to 4. Put that back to 3. Okay. So Belinda is our pre-operative. Okay. Take a look at our nations. Something's going on in the United States. But let's investigate aliens.
Headed there now.
And let's take a look and see if we've got anybody close to... Okay, he's saving up so we can remove something from him. Plus 2% welfare, that's it. No thanks. Okay. Confirm our assignments.
Lending my expertise.
Trillions of dollars just sitting up there, yet still the regulators drag their heels. Maybe it's time I treated the president to another golfing weekend. Chairman Soren van Wyk leaked private correspondence.
Alright, that's good. That's exactly what we wanted to set up. A good next one, space mining and refining. Yeah. Okay, we're going to continue our focus there. We've almost got space dock. Alright. Now, before we resume, what we need to step on right away... We've got 2 inbound alien fleets. Victor 6... is a destroyer. I believe that's the one we spotted that's on interdiction operations. Yeah. That's gonna be a problem for us. Victor 5 appears to be a courier. There is. We still playing ambient? We should be. Okay, good. So, looking at Earth, folks. Here is... Here, Moon, Luna. We want to be one of the first to get a prospector in there. So we don't want to set up a platform. That's going to burn energy. We're going to burn a little bit of our boost in order to get a probe up. 19 days. So let's keep an eye on that. So what we want to do is be one of the first to get a probe and then one of the first to get a good settlement, because there are some much better settlements. We have a really high boost savings, and that will definitely make a difference. Okay, space dock's done. Let's go ahead and research alien methods. Now, a lot of other factions have been burning resources.
Violence is abating.
Keep that up. We gotta keep Israel.
The people will come to our side.
Right. Got a crash in Canada. Great. We're gonna have an alien operative in North America.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
My understanding is until the alien administration is founded, they won't have access to the ability to fly their operatives around. They have to move around to the ground.
Here's what we found.
So I think that means they're stuck on a particular continent that they land on. But we know that there's already at least one alien operative in the Americas. So I'm not excited about that. Okay. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, so we launched a probe, but the Academy also launched a probe a few days later. Classic. And I'm just going to double check manually, because it's not always the best. Completion date, August 22nd, and that's when we can then launch out and claim a site or two. Because we want the good ones. There's always a couple of sites on the moon that are going to have some more resources. The more of those resources you need early on, the biggest difference it'll make in your space game. let's update the board. Looking like, yeah, we spent some of that ops boost. 21.2, we're doing great. Mission controls holding steady. CP's holding steady. Income 187.2, that's recovering. Influence is continuing to grow. Boost has gone up a little bit. We saw it crashed out a little bit in research, not a big one. Most likely cause is some sort of unrest. Yeah, I've seen growing unrest in a couple of countries. The United States cohesion is down a little bit. Gotta see if I can pull the United States together a little bit. So I'm attempting to improve the government. Got some welfare. Unity is not currently a major... It's a slow and steady kind of race. The problem is the US got hit pretty hard by that event that happened a while ago that shattered the setup. And I think the aliens are messing with it too. Okay. Most of our agents are on standby with existing missions. Let's go ahead and investigate.
On the way to the target site.
Get intel really quick. We should add a couple of things here. We're going to do this real quick, folks. We're going to set ourselves up with a new section. So I'm going to set up a nice way for us to more easily track our friends in space. We've got 5 known fleets at the moment. Let's fix research over here, folks. Let's tweak our dashboard a little bit. Format our selection. Got to turn off word wrap there. Known fleets. Little tracker for us at the moment. Okay. Tweak control points a little bit because I improved the text size a little bit. Ops could stand for a little bit of tweaking. Okay. So we're going to keep that going for the moment. And we're going to go ahead and confirm our assignments.
Offering counsel.
And then hopefully it'll auto-stop on August 22nd when we hit that probe. And if not...
Things are stabilizing.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
There we go. Perfect. So the probe arrived, and we are going to look at our sites here, folks. So let's do a quick analysis. Ooh, that is a lot of nuclear material in Chakowski Crater. That's huge. The rest of the moon is pretty poopy as far as resources go, but people. There's only one spot with any sort of decency for noble metals. So honestly, these 2 craters look like the go-to. Some decent minerals, actually get some reactives, get some water, and then a lot of nuclear material. That is like, I don't think I've ever seen that much nuclear material in one spot on the moon before. So let's see what we're going to do here. So first, our Chakowski Crater. Do I not have a required technology? Oop. Oh, we could be in trouble, folks. Apparently I didn't research Outpost Core. Oh, so bad. Okay. We could lose out on our opportunities here because of that. Because everybody's launched crafts. I don't know if that's going to finish before devoting as much as we can resource-wise. We're just going to have to go for that.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Now, the good news is it's going to complete quickly. The bad news is as soon as the
Recon
others
complete.
get surveys in, they might immediately put bases. I don't know how fast the AI is on that. Okay, we finally lost our control point to Project Exodus in Canada. Not the end of the world. Wasn't really counting on it or relying on it anyways. Okay. The Academy probes arrived at Luna. We're not quite September 4th. Okay, they haven't taken it yet. Alright, let's update things here real quick, folks. So, 7K for our money. Influence is up to 215. 4.9. We keep spending ops right now. Wait, how do I have ops and ops? This is embarrassing. I think it's been like this the whole time, folks. Boost. So one of you should have told me. Okay. You know, this is not... Ambient is not playing that ambient today. There we go. That might be ambient. Okay. Control points. Big change there. Cash income. 190.7, 95.7. Ops 3.1, boost 5.4. 700.6. We're seeing a research dip because we went and took a because we went ahead and put ourselves on just a single project. Right here. If you have multiple projects, then you do better as far as the distribution of how you spread out your research. Gives you a little bit of a boost to science, but that's okay. We'll take a temporary hit there. I'm okay with that today. Okay, folks, let's get ourselves quick back to Earth. I think we're out of alien problems at the moment. This isn't doing bad, but there is some unrest there. Let's look at our nations. Okay, we are seeing cohesion start to slowly come back up. Government's coming up. Okay, we're seeing improvements. Let's go ahead and send Belinda to stabilize the United States.
We'll turn down the heat.
Pretty powerful influence there. Kazakhstan's were the most influential. Really should send somebody to defend. Where is Balthazar's providing advice?
Acknowledged.
Lisa can't do that.
Ready for orders.
Lanava can. Lanava, I want you to defend our interests in Kazakhstan.
Securing our interests.
Well, we can spend. It's not really a waste. We didn't early on, but really their boost program is a big part of our income right now. So let's not give that up, folks. All right, we're going to confirm.
Offering support.
Making things safe for our people.
So on September 4th, we'll have finally... Okay, we're going to go back to alien methods there. Set up our balance that we had going on. And I hope that we're not screwed on the moon. Remember, we wanted to put 2 claims on Luna. It looks like nobody's beating us to that. That's good. That is good. Oh, see, and this is the good news. It costs 9 to launch and set up a mission control a facility on Luna. So we're going to set up Chakowski Crater. And I think we're going to set up... Now, it's tempting to do Tycho, right? But Shackleton's got good water, and it still has some generation of fissiles and metals. We'll have to miss out on the nobles, but I feel like water's going to be more important than reactives in the early game for us. So we're going to found an outpost at Chakowski. Or Siakowski? Siakowski? You're going to have to let me know if you know how to pronounce that. So we're going to found an outpost there. And then we're going to look to found an outpost in our second spot, Shackleton Crater. Found an outpost there. Let's go ahead and go into some base management. Oh boy, they've changed this bad boy up. The interface got updated just like last week, I think. Well, we're seeing some change, folks. Okay, I'm gonna mark this one. Because the primary focus here is a mine for that. Loom, Luna. I just imagine we're contracting this out to British Petroleum. So, Loom Luna 01 BP Mining. Build on Earth, build in space. We just don't even have the resources to get solar up yet. It's kind of, like I said, the early game to get that up. We'll have some quickly, though. All right. So we've got them. Manage Pizarro base. We're going to rename them Loom Luna 02. Okay. Naming conventions are important, folk. So going to be Nestle water. Primary resource generation here is going to be water. We'll have some other stuff coming in, but we're going to consider this a water production base. All right. So now we can see them with primary indicators here. All right, that takes some stress off having that handled. All right, let's see how the rest of the turn plays out.
Order is returning.
Keep that up. Keep trying to bring
Order
peace
is
to the Middle
returning.
East. Peace to the United States.
We hold no sway in their minds.
It's a little rough out there, folks. Okay. Like today's ambient, you know, what you really want is like a sci-fi ambient vibe. Another, yep, we got another ship down. Come on, Pretzel, you got anything for me that's like a little more ambient, like a dark ambient, like a emo, epic, industrial, spooky goth and all things, metal, eerie ambience. Let's see what we've got. Spooky. We're going to change things up a little bit, folks. See if we can't get a vibe a little closer to what we're after. Oh, this is cheesy vibes. Psycho clown. No, that's not what we want. Let's look at our options here, folks. Blues, calming cinematics, chill pop, chill piano, chill jazz. I might just have to put us on like classic, classic lo-fi, which is still not really, you know, one of these days they'll get a little bit better at updating their audio catalog. It's getting better. Yeah, it is getting better, little man. Hi, everybody. Okay, we're gonna switch up real quick. I'll be right. Little milk refill for the little man. Okay, we were arguing with music when I stepped away, folks. Trying to find something tolerable. Techno's way too short. Industrial, maybe? Or is industrial going to be a little too much? Okay, I can hear you all right now. You're such a nerd. Yes. Put some hard dance in. Let's go to classic lo-fi, huh? We'll just go to classic lo-fi. Move away from quote-unquote ambient. We really need some dark ambient. It's a shame we don't have streaming rights for a better catalog for that. Okay. China. Why are we looking at China? So France and Kazakhstan are rivals. Okay, well, hopefully they're not coming after Kazakhstan. What I need to do is have Kazakhstan and the US go with the manage. Yes. Oh. There we go. That should protect things up a little bit. And I think that there are... Can I... So China... I mean, I can't get Israel into the alliance with Kazakhstan, but Kazakhstan's in an alliance with the United States. Alright, good. I'll leave a lot of the United States alliances alone, because that should help keep things a little bit more stable. Alright, let's take a look here. We're up to 8K, influence 225. Still regenerating ops. Boost us back up to... we're using 2 of 7 MC, so now we've got to really start paying attention to our mission control now. Alright, cash income is down a little bit. So is influence. Research is back up to 788.8. And let's investigate our known alien fleets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them, including the incoming interdiction fleet that hasn't shown up yet. Okay. Well... now it's time to think about picking up some new resources. We could start to try to collect some of parts of the European Union. Get a little extra boost out of them. I mean, that'd get us into a conflict with a bunch of factions. Germany's all over the place. Or I could continue to try to coalesce the stands. I think anybody who's got any real generation in mission control. Okay, let's take a look at Kazakhstan. What are we focusing on here right now? Government improvement. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What are you up to? She got you. She got you. She got you. She got him. Okay. Oils, they really wanted it at 32%, but I'm trying to avoid that. Oh boy. Things are improving there, though. Yeah, I do want to augment you. Let's see here. Nation, hostile takeover. We're gonna do persuasion because you have a public campaign. By 8-15. So we've got available a Israeli org. Gives us some aggressive stuff. An income of an extra 2 ops. I would give her some more command and security. She's a diplomat, though. Now, if we gave that to... Oh, yes? Is this your book? Are you wanting to read your book to me? Yeah? Okay. We've got some book reading going on here, folks. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hold on, folks. I'm going to switch us to AFK for a moment. Okay, folks. Let's see here. Hold Deep would be the good one to give our Shait 13 to. I don't really want to pay for the DEA, so we'll take Shait. Yes. Okay. We'll throw an augment on her. Huh. Untouchable, 150 experience. What a crazy skill. Let's go ahead and increase the command up to 10 if we want. Don't have a lot of investigation ability. She isn't really much of an investigator. Let's increase her command. Okay. Linda's got some points. Continue to raise her persuasion. Or maybe we need some admin. Some admin. We're waiting on him. We've got to get him up to 44. Okay. Let's clear out our log here. Now, we've got enough power here. Enough boost that we can start getting some facilities up there. I think we're going to want to put something up first for our Nestle water as far as power goes. So we'll get a solar collector up there. We don't have the ability to build anything in space yet. Well, it says build in space 35. Yeah, see, we don't have. So we'll just go ahead and that'll start getting us some core resources. Well, it'll get us power. We still have to build up enough to send up a mine once we have the mining technology. Back to Earth. Lanivia does not have the most impressive set of missions. Now, as you all know, we're probably gonna... Oh, we already did retire. We need a council that can investigate, ultimately. But we're just not there yet. Okay. Where do we want to go here? Nigeria. I mean, we could start moving into Africa to claim some African resources. Or we could work on taking parts of the Middle East. There's some great resources in the Middle East. I mean, you have to deal with the fact that it's the Middle East, which is never easy. Now, Iran costs quite a bit to take, all said and done. We're looking at about 30, just shy. But Iran's got some nuclear weapon capacity on the way. A lot of work to modernize some of these countries. We've also got a military. See about Egypt.
Establishing our presence.
Egypt in. Okay. That seems like a good starting point.
Offering assistance.
Here we go.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
All right, we got
The
US
people will
cooled
come to
down.
our side.
All right. Project Complete Alien Methods. This was an important one. Having uncovered evidence of multiple livestock abductions sometime before the first correlated human disappearance, it would seem that aliens have been observing us long enough to understand Earth's biological and social hierarchies. In short, they have steadily worked their way up the food chain. By analyzing patterns, the species locations, the frequency, the subtlety or lack thereof, the proximity to settlements of recent disappearance, we can now paint a clear picture of their methodology. Alright. So this is going to give the faction the ability to detect alien contact with humans.
The aliens seem to be targeting people in positions of authority.
Okay, so we've completed the research alien methods objective. We got some. This is the special insights that we're getting as the Illuminati, aka the Initiative. Early abductions were all of lower order mammals, unremarkable except for their frequency. Over a period of 10 to 20 days after the crash landing, animal abductions ceased and human abductions began. Early human abductions appear to have been random and opportunistic, but later ones have included a statistically disproportionate number of individuals with high socioeconomic status, suggesting the old aliens have adapted their methods and are now solely concerned with acquiring high-value targets. Unfortunately, the most likely explanation for this behavior is that alien intentions towards us are hostile. Intelligence gathering at least, and hostile takeover or extermination at worst. Given their technological superiority, this is a worrying prospect. That was my, the wee baby. He's not even a baby anymore. He's a toddler. Alright, let's see here. What's up, handsome? So we've got a new objective. We want to investigate returned abductees. So we need surveil, and then we're going to definitely need cooperative account operations. Okay, hold on, folks. I'm going to turn off the old camera for a second. I'm still here. Right, handsome, you want up? But I have a baby in the lap, and so as to not show him off to everybody, because he's little, I've got my camera off. You're just going to have to tolerate that for now, folks. I'm still here. Yeah, hi. You saying hi to everybody? You want to say hello, world? Yeah, you see. Close that box out. Somewhere around here, we're going to do a check on our status here. Folks. He's got a lot of opinions to offer on our analysis, folks. Okay. This is that live stream experience. Yeah. We haven't even oh no wait, we did pause. Let me unpause, can I? We're gonna have to do a save. Find our save. Illuminati Analyst. Back again. And alright. Yep, we ran into a glitch, folks. I've seen this occasionally. The good news is easy enough to save. We just have to go, and then usually you just go and load up your save game, and that will take care of it. Yeah, so if you're just joining us now, hi, I'm Cobra. I'm waving at the camera. You can't see me because I've got my camera turned off because I have my toddler in my lap. So we've got a little bit of a partnering crime on the live stream for the moment, folks. His mom was mouthing, sorry, from the other side of the room. And that's okay. He's adorable. Little people make little people decisions. And he's singing or talking about something, so we got a little bit of extra commentary in the background. And you all are just going to have to deal with it. That's that dad life. Besides which, I think I'm pretty much talking to myself right now. Sub stream. Sub chat. Okay. All right. Well, we gotta update our banks and everything like that. I think I've actually not updated them for a turn or two, which is shame on me. But been a little distracted, a little bit of back and forth. Oh my. Oh, are you done? Okay. Back off to freedom, little man. All right, well, we're still loading, folks. Oh, give me just a second. I'll be right back with you. Today's Stardate Supplemental. Stardate Supplemental is a podcast I do about Star Trek with my twin. Today's stream is brought to you by Stardate Supplemental, a Star Trek podcast about the ships not named Enterprise and the space stations now named Deep Space Nine. Currently, we have been airing on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Time on twitch.tv/Stardate Supplemental. And ideally, in the future, you'll start seeing a backlog of the VODs getting uploaded in a podcast format to YouTube. So hopefully it'll be available there. But what I meant to say is today's stream is brought to me by Starbucks Coffee. They're not an official sponsor, but as a dad, it's definitely something that keeps me running. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Let's still tied in here. Okay. Looking at my audio balances, folks. So, where are we at in the stream? Let's get back down to Earth. Looks like our things have restored a little bit. We're gonna hide all of our armies because I don't need to see them. What's it waiting for? Select a new project for research. So it wasn't a game glitch, that was me. I need to select a project. Okay, things are coming along as far as basic stuff. That was our ability to then do mines. Well, no, we're still researching mines. So let's get some of these others. Supply depot, mass construction of supplies and stuff. Let's go ahead and sort this by category. Stuff to do. We're going to go ahead and get interplanetary warships on, because we're going to start needing those. Now we can get back to it. Well, lesson learned.
We failed to take control.
Egypt should have been easy. Strange that one didn't work through. Enemies are planning. Got probes showing up at Luna. U.S. needs some defenses, so we are going to need to be a little intelligent about this.
Ready to go.
Full Deep, you are going to defend
Protecting our
American
interests.
Protection. Belinda,
What's the op?
You are going to investigate the most reeling.
We'll see what we can find.
Activity. Should have updated the bank beforehand. 8,600 cash. Influence. We're sitting at 119 after the last spend. 23.9, 4.6 boost, but it's coming back fast. Up to 220 for our cap on control points. Income 182.4, so that's up. Influence generation is up. Ops generation is up. Good. Boost generation, research 79. Okay, let's go ahead and look at intel, folks. Let's take a look at our alien fleets. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 fleets. Victor 6 still being the one that we're keeping a look at. And the aliens have a number of habitats. Okay. Let's go ahead and confirm our assignments.
I will help them.
Securing our control.
Now, taking Egypt will give us a military
We're
force
winning their hearts and minds.
inside of the African zone. Alright, first lunar base found. With Earth shining behind them like a sapphire against the black sky, the astronauts begin the process of assembling the first shelters for the lunar base. Prompted by Mission Control to say something, the spacesuited commander turns to the camera, her face obscured by a golden visor. This time, she says, motioning towards the gray surface, we're here to stay. That's really cool because we get a bonus 200 science and a bonus 100 influence for that. Right, and that was BP Mining at Chakowski Crater. And Nestle Water.
We found something.
Our presence is growing.
So we took part of Egypt. That's good. We're going to continue working on that. There isn't a lot of competition, but that'll give us an influence in Africa and allow us to bridge the African, the Israeli, and the Egyptian forces, which could help in some emergency scenarios if an alien fleet runs there. Not ideal, but gives us some options. All right, we completed interplanetary warships. Time to move on to something else. Let's see how we're looking right now. And there are so many things we could be working on. Labs are going to be important. We've got all sorts of batteries and radiator techs. Man, I don't even know at this point, but what we're going to go ahead and do, let's look at... We're going to work on the fission pile, because that is an important core tech. All right. New alien fleet looks like it's been detected, so we'll take a look at that. Here, what are we seeing? Victor 10 frigates. Another outer colony ship. Okay, could be worse. Let's go ahead and look back up at our lunar halves. You know what, before we spend money, we're going to head back to Earth. We'll update things. 9,300 in the bank. 259.2 influence. Nice big bonus there. 26.7 ops. Boost 7.3. Mission control still out of 207. We're at 204 out of 220 for our control points. Cash income 179.3. Influence generation is at 94. So we saw some downs there. So we're going to look. That usually means we've got some unrest going on. Ops generation still at 5.3. Boost generation is down to 4.8. Researchers at 794.6. Okay, so before we get to space, let's see what's going on here. Yes, unrest in Kazakhstan, unrest in the US, unrest in Egypt, unrest in Israel. Okay, so we do have some work cut out for us. Yeah, we don't need to be in deep space right now. Let's get to work on this. So,
What's the op?
I want you to stabilize Kazakhstan.
We'll make things safe.
And Belinda,
Where
I
to?
want you to stabilize the United States.
restoring order.
Anava, continue your mission there. Okay. Clear that out. Let's go look at Luna. Yep, looks like the academy is starting to set up there. Got one military power already? Oh, looks like we do too. That's just the way those work. Okay. Solar collector is going to cost us 6.7 for BP mining, but let's get that up there. Set us back and boost, but we knew that that was going to happen. Like I said, that initial build-out phase is pretty rough in space. Okay, assignments look solid. I'm going to double-check our alien intel, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts us at 5 alien fleets. Okay. We're going to take a look at the other factions. From a science generation perspective, we are dominating the game. That is a good sign. Nobody else is really generating space resources. The computers got better at generating money, but no huge dangers there. Okay. Let's look at our agents. Don't want to give her anything because, as much as I hate to say it, Levia is likely to get ditched and replaced, so that I can get another operative. Okay. Linda has a few options: Steel Project, Special Operations Scoop. Go. And I would kill for one of these cartels or somebody to give me Investigate Counselor. Or does that not exist anymore? Project income. Well, can we give that to Kuldeep? Well, Kuldeep would benefit both from that and from that. That'd increase her investigation and her espionage. And that would increase her command and security. So she definitely wants this one. It's going to cost us 80 influence. Has it got a maintenance cost? Not much of one. Okay. Give that to her. Don't really have much of an investigator. Belinda is the closest that I have. But she continues to not have access to investigate skills. Let's do a quick check and see if there's been a change there. Well, I don't see any mention of that being changed, so we're going to continue to operate as if that's an ability that needs to be acquired. He doesn't really have espionage missions. Yet. This would give Steel Project. I feel like that's all going to go best for Balthazar. At the end of the day. So we're going to go ahead and give that to Balthazar. It's not quite there yet. Remove inflexible is what we want to do. That's 44, and then that'll make life a little bit better for him. Okay, well, we checked our counselors. We've got our assignment set up, folks.
Offering support.
don't have any defenses yet. Talk ships. We just don't have anything to protect it. Okay. Okay, well, that could be worse. So we lost our module. Okay, well, we'll have to rebuild that when we have the money. Again, not ideal. Could be because we just paid for that, though.
Violence is abating.
Okay, the good news is power is up and running at Nestle Water. Okay. Kazakhstan's looking a lot more peaceful. We're going to go repeat
Violence
that.
is abating.
United States is peaceful. That's good news.
We've moved the needle.
Keep the United States happy.
We've got our people in place.
Let's continue to take over Egypt. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our summary here, folks. Looks solid. So, cash, we're up to 9,400. Influence, we're sitting at 215 after our expenditures there. Ops is up to 31. Boost is at 3 after that last spin. Oh man, that was rough taking that loss there. Mission control is sitting at 2 out of 7. COP is up to 215 out of 221. We're going to go over a little bit. We generate a lot of influence, so we can add it. We can afford that. Cash generation's at 180.4. Influence generation's down slightly. Ops generation's up. Boost generation's starting to climb back up. 806.7. So we're seeing some recovery there. We're fighting for US, but we've got some permanent presences there to try to improve that. Kazakhstan, meanwhile, looks like we're going to need to work on our presences there. Bringing down unrest across the board. So, Belinda, you are freed up. Let's take a look here. Let's send you to calm things down in Israel.
We'll make things safe.
Yes, you will. All right. Let's do it, folks.
Lending my expertise.
Things are stabilizing.
Look, it's a ball.
Order is returning.
Public opinion is moving in our
We
direction.
cannot just send up a bunch of diggers and hope for the best. Even dirt doesn't behave the same way up there. One might as well build a house upon a pile of rice. Director Khalid Al-Ashgar, from his irregular newsletter, Preparing for Tomorrow.
Okay, good news. Space mining and refining technology. We've unlocked it, folks. That is looking good. All right, so now we're back into trying to figure out where we want to go. Generally speaking, I like to start unifying nations. The downside being that I don't really have a collection of nations at the moment that are worth unifying. Let's take a look at some of these technologies. Birth that generates money. Let's look at some of our high levels, because labs are going to be what we want. Space research allows us to do directed space research. Which lets us build the big research facilities. Okay. On the other hand, some of these economics ones might not be a bad idea. Let's do arrival economics. Gonna get a little bit of science in. Gonna do some economics growth. See if we can't figure out a way to make some money off of some of this stuff. It's gonna be pretty useful to us for the kind of faction that we are. Okay, let's go ahead and finish out this sequence, and then we'll take a look at the stats of things again, folks. All right.
We are taking over.
Excellent. We have captured Egypt. Well, not captured. We've finished our influence, and we have the power players in Egypt under our thumb. Okay. Gives us another army. So, let's go ahead and look at things. The bank's up to 10.4k. Influence 253.3. Ops 35.5. Boost up to 5.5. Mission controls at 2 out of 7. 225 out of 221. So we're not doing too bad for command points. Okay, cash generation's up. Our influence generation is down. We expected that. Boost generation's been holding steady. Research at 8, 10, 24. Let's look at our intel. Alright, folks. I am going to take a quick AFK to help with the little one for a minute, because it's Saturday, and I try to be a good dad. I'll be right back. As you can see, he's super happy with himself. I'll be back, folks. There we go. Hi, everybody. I am back. A little bit of a bio break. Help the missus load up the little one in the car for a bit of a car ride. Because that's the easiest way to get a toddler to take a nap some days. Grab myself a non-alcoholic brewski. Not that you can even tell with the labeling on it. Heineken 0.0. It's not bad. And then I got myself a little bit of snack. Okay. So let's get back into it. Somebody is stirring up the United States. Some operatives over here.
What's the op?
Part of me wants to dismiss her. Now, she is generating 15 influence for the press, which is significant. However, we do need ourselves a proper investigator. So it's risk. She's got 7 persuasion, 9 administration. She's generating 15 influence. Like, it's kind of a big deal. But yeah, we're going to need to do that. Let's go ahead and dismiss her. Let's see who we have to recruit. Inspector is right on the... Do you not investigate anymore? You're a bloody inspector. Men? Judge. Alright, folks, we might have to do a look here. Investigate counselor. Okay, there it is. That is the first time, folks, we have seen investigate counselor. It is under investigation. We're going to double check this. Okay, she does have investigate counselor. Jeez. Alright, let's take a look. Loss averse. Opinion leader. She's Israeli. Paranoid. Cynic. Government access, though, generates some influence, which will make up for a little bit of what we lost. Yeah, so I mean, a much better investigator, but a lot lower in some other things. All right, well, it makes sense because we did take over Israel a while ago, so to get an Israeli operative on our side. All right, we're going to recruit her because we need an investigator. Okay, well, that is going to change the board a little bit for us, folks, but... Augment, does she have the points? Yeah, she doesn't. That's okay. Don't have any unassigned orbs. Okay. That's what we want. So now, Sheena is going to investigate. We're going to try to detain Augustine and get him out of our way.
We'll bring them in.
Standing by for orders.
All right, Soul Deep, now you are on the game of keeping people happy. Let's take a look here. Well, things are a little unrestful in a few places. Linda is working out of Israel. I want you to go and stabilize Egypt for us.
We'll turn down the heat.
Okay, folks. Change the board up a little bit. We've got some costs to go with that. It's going to be worth it, though.
Offering assistance.
There it is. Outpost Mining Complex. We're going to turn that one up a little bit. Turn this one down a little bit. Compensate for that. That is going to be our priority.
We've got the package.
Okay, so we're going to hold him. Investigate alien activity. So he was investigating alien activity in the United States. All right. So I want you to continue to interrogate him. We're going to need to send somebody out there.
Violence is abating.
Things are stabilizing.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Okay. Well, they got rid of him. Project Exodus dropped him after that. Okay, well, that solves that for us. Okay, folks, let's clear out our queue here. Let's update things. Bank's up to 11.3k. Influence is sitting at 212.7 after that last spin. Ops 35.5. Boost is up to 7.8. Mission control used is at 2 out of 7. Control cap use is 225 of 211. Lost a little bit from that change in personnel. Cash generation 181.2. Influence is down to 64.2 for generation. Ops is holding steady. Boost is holding steady. Research is at 808.6. Okay. We are saving and researching towards getting a facility out. I wanted to get the nuclear material, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to do BP, and we're going to do Nestle water on loop first. All right. So looking at our
Acknowledged
here, let's do some looks. Yeah, this is still kind of fractured. We're working on trying to rebuild that. It is hard to make the U.S. happy. It is difficult. They're continuing to fracture despite us investing heavily in knowledge. Like, we could cut spending in some areas in order to work on that. But there's so many of these things that are important to us. Well, funding, we're going to just drop some out of funding. Reduce the amount being spent to build the army. The United States is a complicated beast. going to tweak that, see if that helps things there a little bit, folks. Let's take a look at our nations. Yeah, we're losing favor in a few places, fighting constant unrest. This is kind of how things go at this stage of the game. Let's do some surveillance in the US.
Initiating recon.
Looking out for things.
Offering counsel.
Setting a watch.
Violence is abating.
Things are
Calm
cooling
down
off.
Egypt. We calm down Israel.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We can go ahead and ally Egypt with both Kazakhstan and Israel. It's going to cost us a little bit. Can Kazakhstan ally with Israel? No. Interesting how that works, but okay. Even though they can ally with Egypt. Alright, let's take a look here. 11.9k to 16.5, 40, 10.4, 2 out of 7, 225 out of 211, 184.1, 63. Boost is going back up, 800.9. Let's take a look at their intel on alien fleets. I haven't noticed anything new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they're continuing to colonize the outer system primarily. Victor 6 is continuing to approach Earth. We're going to set an alarm for that to let us know. Oh, they're getting close. Okay. Not much we can do about it anyways, folks. Okay. Do we have technology yet to get Nestle Water set up with a... Still working on that. But once they get going, they'll start generating us some war. Yeah, our fissiles income's not going to be great, but if we can get some raw materials up and running in space, it should hopefully reduce some of our costs. Okay, let's look at the status quo here. U.S. is going to need to calm down a little bit.
Ready for
Linda.
orders. We'll restore
Let's
peace
get
to
on
this
that.
nation.
Cool.
Ready.
Down to you.
Where to?
Where to?
Acknowledged.
Standing by for orders.
Your
We've only
orders?
got one
Reporting in.
person anymore that can influence, which is a bit of a gamble because you almost always need somebody influencing the U.S. It feels like, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep an eye out. Oh, what are the spoils they require here? 33%. Now, why don't you go defend interests in Egypt?
Securing our interests.
Ready for orders.
What? Authoritarian, we're working on knowledge unity. You know, honestly, that's about as good as it's gonna get for the moment in Egypt. Okay. Alright, folks.
On
Do some more
Overwatch.
surveillance in the U.S. See if we're detecting any sort of alien.
Offering support.
Initiating surveillance.
Got to keep an eye out for xenoplants.
Securing our control.
Cleaning things up.
Prepping for mission.
Laying the groundwork. Order is returning.
The people will come to our side.
Victor 6 is arriving. Now, ideally at this
We will
point,
never
we
know
aren't
if
enough to
Lise
concern
Meitner
them.
and Otto Hahn even dreamed that their discovery of nuclear fission would one day be used to build spaceships. Let us hope, nevertheless, that we would have made them proud. Chancellor Li Qingzao, keynote speech at the Spaceport Summit.
I know that we can put a space station up. They keep trying to get us to do it, but we're not ready for that. Okay. National Laboratory. Now, there's a little bit of financial cost, but 20 science plus 1, well, 20 research plus 1 science, energy research. Okay. He's almost ready for us to unlock and remove that block on him. Okay, well, what have we got here? She could become a criminal. We could remove anxious. But I feel like for the moment, let's continue to build. Let's increase her persuasion. Deep. Augment her. Get that investigation up. Ooh, SEAL Team 6. Now, this could be a big deal. This would give her Assassinate, Extract Counselor, Detain Counselor, Assault Alien Asset. Alright, some of those durabilities that she has, some aren't. And for a small cost, we'd get +4 more operations in the budget, but she'd get some kind of things. And also, if any attempted assassination of this orb's owner is anything less than a critical success, the assassin receives the March trait, which grants a severe malice to the security attribute. Yeah, 200, worth it. Let's get SEAL Team 6 into our... Oop. Hit a button there, I didn't mean to. We are going to purchase SEAL Team 6, folks. Worth it. Probably should have updated our bank before we did that, but let's go ahead and update it now, folks. We're at 12.9k. Influence is down to 18.7 after this purchase. 4.3 for ops. Boost is up to 12.9. I think it's about 16 and a half to launch a mining facility to the moon. Mission controls at 2 out of 7. 225 out of 213 for cap. Generation of cash 104.2. 70.2 for influence. Ops is up to 12.8 for generation. Boost is sitting at 5, and research is at 805.0. We're going to take a look at our nations. Should probably build up Kazakhstan a little bit. Okay, things are looking stable though. That is good. Alright, Belinda. Oh, you're our other public speaker. Okay, I forget that because I use you as an agent all the time. Belinda, I want you to go boost us in Kazakhstan.
I will try to sway the public.
Where do you need me?
Kazakhstan is fairly peaceful. Israel's peaceful. Egypt's peaceful. US is peaceful. Mexico's a mess. I'd love to take some over some of these others, but we can't really afford them.
I'm here.
Sheena, find out who that is.
Surveilling target.
Reporting in.
Deep, you've been scanning. Let's keep scanning. Your investigate is terrible, though. Investigate, surveil a conscious core counselor ability. Let's just go ahead and
Eyes
surveil
up.
up there.
I will help them.
Initiating recon.
Outpost mining complex. Alright, we have the technology, folks. This is major. Okay, so we have a few things we should do. Alien research should be pretty big. Supply depots, not so important. Alright, alien flora, xenology lab, alien origin. These are going to be important. Let's look at alien flora. Bring that back to a 2. Rival economics back up to a 3. Let's continue the clock.
We've got some intel on our target. Cleaning things up.
Servant's been messing around on our turf. Keep an eye on him. Ran away as soon as we looked at him, though. Okay. That could be a big one. What is that? Nuclear freighters. 2,000, though. We're going to hold off on that for the moment.
Now as then, territorial disputes boil down to one group of people gazing upon a new land and calculating who would need to die so they could own it. Thousands of years of purported civilization have done so little to curtail our most basic reptilian impulses. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, speech at the United Nations.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We've moved the needle.
Proving influence in Kazakhstan. That is good. US is looking a little bit more solidified. Really should be building the US nuclear stockpile, but 28 is a pretty good starting point. Let's look at our numbers, folks. We're up to 13. Cash is at 13,700, so good. Influence 45.7. So our influence generation is recovering nicely. Ops 51. It's nice just to have solid ops generation now. 15.5 boost. So change their cash at 187, so we're continuing to generate well. Ops generation is holding steady boost. Research is at 807.3. It's kind of been floating around. Let's see how many active alien fleets are out there right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still sitting at 5. No major concerns. We do have an alien site in Vancouver, though, which is why I was scanning around. We got to make sure that we keep that stuff in check. Right, let's clear out our backlog. So, who are good commanders?
I'm here.
Kuldeep is better at this. So, Kuldeep, I want you to assault
Taking
there.
it to them.
Where do you need me?
I want you to do some more scanning. Let's scan down. Invalid target. Counselor trait prevents travel to nations with high unrest. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that about you. Which one is that? Paranoid? A lot of bonuses though. What we got here? Oh, high unrest. Civil war, insurrection. Guerrilla war. It is bad down there. Now, why don't you stabilize Kazakhstan?
We'll make things
Think about
safe.
that. All right.
Offering assistance.
Forgot, folks. We were going to go check on Nestle Water. Outpost Mining Complex. 56 to build on Earth? I don't remember it being that high. Holy cow. I thought for sure it was cheaper than that. Okay. All right. Well, we got some saving to do. Like 10 months of saving, folks. That's that early space game, though. It is crazy for you.
Order is returning.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Somebody back in the U.S., they are not supposed to be there.
Target destroyed.
Good job there. How does boost funding work for them? So 0.22 a year for every 2. Okay. We're not currently putting anything in there. Working aggressively on improving their government. That United States, we boost at a little bit of boost here. They're continuing to put money into boost to improve it. Egypt is working on getting a space program up and running while handling funding. Okay. Keep working on them. All right. Well, sure. Let's update everything before we get crazy. 14.9k as far as cash reserves go. Influence 70.2. Ops 57.3. Boost is up to 18. We need to get a target of, what was it, 55? Let's actually set something up for that, folks. I believe we looked at Shackleton, and we showed we needed 56.9. Okay, so we're going to set ourselves up with a target here. $56.9. Boost. We're going to add that into our chart. Boost target. Helps if you hit the right button. Add. Boost target. Bang. Okay. We're going to hit OK. I'm going to come over here. We're going to set that target to red. Gray for the moon. Right, gray? Just go put a gray on there. Okay, that's our target, 56.9. So we've got to get up to there. Okay, folks, That's what we're aiming for right now. But I think we could do that. That's not too bad. Okay. Alrighty. Just save our spreadsheet. Okay. Well, now that we know what we're targeted for, let's look at the status of our nations. Things are fairly calm. That's good. So, Sheena, why don't you do some surveillance in... Actually, why don't you surveil right there?
Initiating surveillance. Ready for my mission.
Well, deep... Oh, wait, Sheena, actually...
Standing by.
I want you to investigate whoever this is.
We'll see what they're up to.
Standing by.
Well, deep, you can surveil over by Kazakhstan.
Setting a
Got
watch.
any alien growth going over there. All right.
Lending my expertise.
Surveilling target area.
Person of interest surveilled.
Alvin Sunderland. There's an Alvin.
Prepping
who we
for
ran
next
into
mission.
last time, and he runs away immediately.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Still
Public
building up
opinion is moving in
Kazakhstan
our
opinion.
direction.
All right, we completed one of our projects. Alien flora. There was a limited amount to be gleaned from our study of the vegetative life form we have dubbed xenoflora, but not a lack of trying. The issue is that we have thus far been unable to fully crack its genetic makeup, for elements thereof are so, for lack of a better word, alien as to be thoroughly inscrutable to us at the present time. Neither have we been able to divine any clues as to its origin, other than to say it is most certainly not of this earth. While we have previously observed some correlation between xenoflora growth and alien crash sites, causation now seems highly probable. Even its behavior supports this conclusion. It spreads faster than any terrestrial flora or even fungus, and with eerie, almost machine-like regularity. To suggest that the xenoflora has been in some way genetically altered or even wholly designed would not be unreasonable. Would not be an unreasonable hypothesis. If left unchecked, it could very likely colonize a region in record time, preventing the growth of all other flora. To what end we do not yet know. It would therefore be prudent to find a way to limit the organism's spread, whether through military or biological means. Okay, so we're probably going to get an update, because I believe that was a mission. Oh, we didn't. Okay. So we saw nuclear freighters pop up. We're going to do that. It makes them go faster, reduces boost use. Okay, yep, so we're going to do that. It's going to be December. How are we doing on this bad boy? Oh, we're killing everybody here. So we're going to funnel some from there to there, bringing that to September. What happens if we just get out of arrival sociology? We'll get out of the mission to Mars. Okay, that'll bring it down to August. All right, folks, that sounds good to me. Let's look at our statuses, but first we're going to do an update. 15.4k in the bank, 97.6k of influence, ops budget at 64.1, boost we're up to 20.7, still haven't hit our target there yet. CCAP is 2 of 7, CP is unchanged, income is up to 192.1, influence generation 71.6, ops, okay, boost generations up to 5.1, research is down to 776.6, but that's because we reduced our scope. And then we're going to check intel for alien fleet numbers. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, no change there. All right, so all of that looks good. Now let's look at the status of things. Non-sapient alien life spotted somewhere in Russia, but I don't see. Looks like somebody already purged it. Okay. It's not bad. Let's go to nations. U.S. unrest is up a little bit. Israeli unrest is up a little bit. Well, let's...
At your service.
Your orders?
Sheena wants you to go calm things down in Israel.
Restoring order.
Acknowledged.
Right, and then Cool Deep, I want you to stabilize things in the U.S.
Restoring order.
Okay, I'm just seeing what options we have here. Cede territory to the Caribbean states. Regions are being claimed by the Caribbean states. San Juan? Where's San Juan? This little thing? You know, why don't we see about integrating these? Be expensive? Not overly. Cuba, even. Wouldn't hurt to bring Cuba in either. We'll consider that. But for the moment, our missions are set. I feel remotely comfortable with that. U.S. is continuing to see a decline in democracy, despite the fact that I'm just throwing money at it. What would happen if I just did this? We're going to radically redo the US budget for a bit, see what we can get out of this. Alright, so this is a radical proposal. We want to stabilize the US, so we want to prioritize knowledge. Welfare is pretty important, so we're going to give them a dose. We need to have spoils in order to get things calm there. So we're going to start off a little bit there. Military spending is kind of a must in the US. Alright, so we're going to put that in there. And then I want to spend money into, what's it going to be? Mission control or boost? We're going to do mission control for the moment. Alright. And we'll put part of the budget into funding, part of it into army building. Okay. So far so good. Spoils, though, needs a little bit of a boost. So we are going to take a little bit away from our either welfare or how about funding. There we go. Unrest is increasing in the nation. Well, unrest has been increasing. Part of that is due to inequality, though. All right, so we are going to use that and see if we can't fix our democracy issues in the United States. Kind of a risk doing a big gamble like this, but we're going to go ahead and go for that, folks. So, United States of America, bam, rampant changes. All right, Egypt, government continues to improve slowly. Honestly, I don't have a huge problem with any of the stuff that I'm doing for you guys right now. So we're just going to leave you alone for the moment. Israel? Continue to have some issues. I'm going to leave you alone for now. Kazakhstan. Continuing to work on your government. Again, I'm going to leave you alone. Alrighty, folks. Confirming assignments.
Offering assistance.
See if we
Things are
can't affect
stabilizing.
change.
Order is returning.
The people will come to our side.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
Okay, spending that much into knowledge in the U.S. is aggressively increasing things. Okay. Let's look at things here. Looks like we'll have to defend our interests in Israel. Income 16,200. Influences up to 117.9. Ops continues to grow. Got a big stockpile. I like that. Continue to grow our boost. MC is holding steady. CP is holding steady. Cash, we are sitting at 195.2 for our generation. Influence dropped a little bit to 70.6. Boost is sitting at 5.1. Research 781.3. Hi, Tree Kicker Boar. Am I quiet? Oh, why am I quiet again? I've got my gain turned way up. Can you not hear me? Please tell me you can hear me whispering. And it looks like we got Tree Kicker Board that's now following. And Bubbly. Hi, Bubbly. What's going on there? After Booster. Oh, just when did you all pour in here? Okay, just a moment ago. Good, good, good. No bullies here. No bullies here. No bullies here. No bullies here. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Am I coming through quietly? I'm kind of been talking to myself a little bit, so that could be part of it. Y'all will have to let me know how this is coming through. Hi, everybody. I'm playing Terra Invicta. You need to turn your volume up? Okay. Your game was super loud. Yeah, this one's not a very loud game, aside from that background rumble. So I am using the power of analytics, well, analysis, really, and just nerdiness to play a war against aliens. Although, you know, we're barely in space, folks. Barely in space. Like, there's a lot of space, and that's mostly aliens. Pretty much everything humans are doing is right here in the Earth system right now. You know what I mean, folks? Okay. So for those of you that just joined, I'm Cobra. I'm a dad. Thus the Dad Name Cobra. And I usually stream Friday in the mornings, and sometimes I can squeeze in some Saturday afternoon time. And yeah, isn't that terrifying whispering? This is how big the game can get. And like right now I am, oh gosh, what year is it in the game? It is 2024. So I'm about 2 years into the game, a year and a half, and I have still not gotten a mine on the moon. I've got a base on the moon, but we're still working on that. The ramp up to the space game is very slow. And then I have to catch up with a bunch of space science. But right now, me and my Illuminati-like faction, we have been working on consolidating control of nations on the Earth to build up resources so we can prepare on how to best take advantage of this alien situation / slow these aliens down. So everybody, buckle in for a very slow ride. The genre is called grand strategy, for those of you who aren't familiar. It's similar to 4X games, but usually you have a variety of agents, and there's a mixture of influence, of territories and such, and then a strategic level war on top of it, sometimes with some tactical elements. So not quite the same as traditional 4X, where there's less of a personality of the agents involved. So I was just refining some of my approaches to the U.S. folks. We're dumping a bunch of money into knowledge, which will not only make them increase education, but it will increase our government structure. You can see that the game considers U.S. a flawed democracy. I'm trying to stabilize that. We've also got some holdings over in the Middle East, because we've got Israel and Egypt, and then we've got Kazakhstan, because they're a great place to have rocket technology early on, because their position on the planet gives them a naturally high benefit for the purposes of space launches. Some nerdy stuff, folks. Let's see here. And I think I was just overlooking the books, making sure everything was updated. Let's see. Checking intel, making sure we don't have any new alien fleets. Nope. So far, so good. All right. Now we're looking here to see if we've got any spikes in unrest. Things are looking decent, but Kazakhstan's getting messed up again because there's some agent here. Alright, so we're going to send...
Standing by for orders.
Sheena here. She's going to go investigate.
Eyes on target.
See who it is that's stirring
What's the
trouble
op?
over here. And then we're going to have Kuldeep, who's an officer we have. She's going to come in to help
We'll
stabilize
restore peace to this
Kazakhstan.
nation.
And then our other people are on a variety of diplomatic missions at the moment. Although it looks like somebody's interfering in the United States. So we'll keep an eye on that. Alright, with that done, folks, we're just going to...
Offering counsel.
And it's going to forward the clock 2 weeks. Oh, I forgot to defend interests in Israel. We'll do that next turn. New technology available.
Nothing unusual found.
They got away before we could investigate them.
Things are cooling off. We've moved the needle.
Calm down in Kazakhstan. Continuing to build up there. That should be good for the moment. We don't need
Public
to do
sentiment
that.
is increasingly with us.
And let's see how we're doing here, folks. Yeah. It's unlocking some new technology options, but this symbol concerns me. That's an abductee. Oh, and a new alien fleet. Okay. Alright, so we've got a new alien fleet docked at Alien Station Able, so we're going to check that out. Let's see what's going on here. Opal Forge class, and the ship's name Opal Forge. So that means this is the name ship for a new ship. Hold on, folks. I've got a message. The lady just got back with a napping toddler, so I'm going to see if she needs me to grab him. Let me, however, change those notifications so you guys don't have to listen to them. Alright, so this has got a standoff role. Yeah, so this ship's going to be designed for either defensive purposes or... Well, it's not set up as an interdictor, but standoff generally means it's meant for medium to long-range engagements. It's definitely a military vessel as opposed to a colony ship. So we're going to keep an eye on that. That might be just them building up fleets out there to protect Earth. I mean, to protect themselves. Larissa's telling me we have enough boost to launch a station module to low Earth orbit, which I know, but we're actually saving up. We got a target here, folks. If you look, we're trying to get 56.9 boost so we can build a mining platform on the moon. All right, so folks, don't go anywhere. I've got to go move a toddler from a car upstairs, and then I'll be right back, and we can continue to discuss how to use wise fiscal decisions and quarterly income statements to fight aliens in the future. All right? We'll be right back. And he's back. Hey everybody. Let's take a look here. Da 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 da. All right. Where were we? We were talking about space. Okay. Thank you for hanging on there, folks. So what we got now going on, a couple things. So these symbols right here tell me that our interests in Israel and the United States of America have expired, makes them vulnerable for enemy operatives to come in. So we are going to want to spend some resources.
I'm here.
There. So Belinda can investigate the aliens.
Your orders?
Check, investigate.
Ready to go.
All right, so we've got multiple
Reporting
options.
in.
I'm going to send Belinda to defend our interests in the United States. It's going to cost us 20
Securing
influence.
our control.
Ready for
All
orders.
right. And then we're going to send... Let's see.
At your service.
Sheena is going to go defend our interests in Israel, costing us another 20.
Protecting our
influence.
interests.
At your service.
And Kuldeep is going to go investigate the abductees going on in Spain.
On the way to
That'll
the
give us
target
a small
site.
boost to xenology research, but also what that's going to do is complete one of our mission objectives for trying to figure out what's going on with this alien thing. Now let's update the bank. We probably should have done that first, but we're sitting at 17k for money. After those expenditures, influence is down to 105. Ops budget sitting at 71.3 now that we still have that healthy ops generation. Boost is up to 25.6, still building that up. CP cap is unchanged. Money generation, we're up to 203.7. Yeah, we've got some good changes there. And then boost continues to build. Excellent. Research 70 at 785. All right, and I think we have 6 alien fleets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on 6 alien fleets, folks. Alrighty. Space. Exactly, Bubbly. We need that boost to be able to get up into space. As you can see, the other factions have been wasting power to get stations up, and they can be useful, but none of these stations are terribly impressive. Like, these are bog standard basic space stations for the most part. They don't even have research labs. But our focus currently is the moon, where we have 2 facilities. We've got our Nestle Water, because the Illuminati being kind of a corporate faction, we've got Nestle Water has a water facility that we're trying to get up and going, and BP Mining is going to have a fissile minings for getting nuclear materials. But we need some more boost to be able to get the technology up to them, because this early game is very expensive to do that. Now, let's see here. We've got all of our assignments picked out. Yeah, not much else to do there, folks, except for clear our queue. Confirm.
Protecting our interest.
I will help them.
Making things safe for our people.
The people will come to our side.
No unexpected results out there. The EU is growing under the Academy's influence. I always like to keep an eye on the EU. You usually see a lot of servant activity there, but right now, looks like we have a mishmash of the Academy, Project Exodus. Looks like Humanity First is heavy in the greater UK. That's good. But it does mean that the servants are somewhere else. Yeah, we've got some influence from them down in India. Nobody's in China yet. Africa's fairly quiet. They've got some activity in Brazil. Yeah, so we are going to have to deal with the servants eventually. They're a pro-alien faction, and I don't like them. They're bad news. Finish out this rotation.
Here's what we found.
We should take care they don't attempt to penetrate our organization.
All right, let's read this off. This is one of our executive reports because this is one of our mission objectives. We've completed the Investigate Return Abductees objective. We now have multiple independent reports that the returned abduction victims are spying on high-level government, military, and economic affairs. Countries are being targeted indiscriminately without concern for the political stance or alliance. None of the returned abductees had any history of espionage or political activity. With our assistance, local police have intercepted and detained several abductees in the middle of these missions. Even under harsh interrogation, they have without exception refused to divulge or explain for their behavior. Their loyalty to their new masters is striking. The alien ability to control their human subjects, for they are clearly behind this, is both impressive and frightening. How are they doing it? Is this some function of their advanced technology? Whatever the answers, our position appears grim. We need to learn more and quickly. Who knows how far the aliens' influence has already spread without our knowledge. Alright, let's hit continue there. Okay, so we've got a new, we're going to research the alien operations. Now, this is kind of a big deal because what's going on now at this stage of the invasion is that early on, there just seems to be some randomness. But now that they're returning abductees, the aliens are going to start doing... They've got their own counselors that they've been landing on the planet. So they're alien operatives, just like I have operatives and the other factions do. But the aliens can go around and use their powers to unnaturally influence nations. You'll see drastic shifts all of a sudden in your influence there, because they're backing the servants or they're promoting alien agendas and stuff. So those alien operatives are really difficult to track and deal with compared to human operatives. So we're kind of entering a new stage as far as that goes. They're starting to interfere on Earth a lot more, which is kind of part of the early game, since humans right now don't even really have the technology to be any threat to them in space. Well, let's take a look here. The Resistance got into the station game. Got that report. And it looks like we've got some alien operation signs. Yeah, we've got some... What country is this? Okay, so we've got some alien activity in Iran. That's not good. Okay. Alright, let's look at our resources, folk. We're up to 18.1k in the bank. Influence is at 129. Ops is up. Boost 28.1, so we're slowly getting there to that mining goal. Our control points is unchanged. Our income's continuing to grow. Losing some influence generation. Boost holding steady. Science is at 788.9. Didn't see any notations in new fleets. We're going to take a look here. Nothing new there. Now, the interesting thing is the game does pretty realistic where it's hard for ships to be subtle at all in space. They're rarely secretive because people have telescopes. So everybody can see ships moving around by and large, which means that you can almost always see the alien fleets that are moving around the system. Yeah. Okay, back to Earth. So looking at what's going on here, let's take a look. A little bit of unrest, but nothing crazy. Cohesion continues to improve. So you want this number as close to 5 as possible. A cohesion of 0 means that your people are not aligned with each other at all. And a cohesion of 10 means that basically everybody moves in lockstep and they're perfectly, basically there's no cultural diversity. 5 gives you the best results as far as science and other stuff. You want a 5 because it represents the people that are united, but not so united that there's no room for people to express themselves or be diverse. And we're continuing to try to grow government in the US. Let's take a look at how that's going. Okay, we're seeing some real movement there. We're seeing some good movement because the US is very fractured, so we're bringing back the cohesion. We are losing a little bit on the welfare right now because of that. Any effect that would increase inequality above 9. Economic activity, corruption. Yeah, that's growing because of the corruption from spoils. We'll have to target welfare later, but first we need to get the government under control. Get that up above flawed democracy, and that's really one of the best ways to raise cohesion. Okay, folks, what are we thinking we should do here? Looks like, oh, let's take a look at our operatives. See how we're doing. So it takes about 20 experience points for most people to buy stuff, unless they've got some other things going on. Now, Baltazar here is our primary operative who's the best at seizing control of nations historically. He's been very good for us. He's a executive. He has lots of administrative capacity. He has a lot of orgs. Orgs give you benefits and stuff. But he has this ability called Inflexible, which puts a 10% experience point cost on things. So we've been saving up. We're at the point now where what we can do is we can remove Inflexible. It's a huge cost, but that's going to be worth it in the long run. You know, he's only 45. We've got a lot of years we can get out of him. Now, it looks like he also has an option to buy the Madison Society, which would increase his influence generation by 3. It'd give him 2 persuasion. And then we'd get small benefits to things such as unity generation and spoil generation. Anybody could get that one. I think we're going to give this to Larissa. There we go. Is she ready to augment? Not yet. Cold Deep can augment. Now, Cold Deep, we're going to want to look at... She's not much of an investigator. Espionage skills? Not really. Most of her skills are command. So we are going to work on increasing her command abilities. Sheena's only at 10, so nothing much there. Belinda, one of our best diplomats. Now I could remove Anxious. It's not really been a problem yet, though. Give her some traits. But one of our best persuaders. Use some command, though. For the moment, though, let's continue to increase her persuasion. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. That's good. And let's see. We were looking at our nations. Actually looking pretty good across the board.
Ready.
So, Belinda, I want you, actually...
Ready for orders.
So, Sheena, you're going to go
Headed
investigate
there now.
the aliens, Cold Deep.
Ready for my
I
mission.
want you
Ready for my mission.
to start surveilling. Let's surveil down here, see if there's
On
any
Overwatch.
alien presences. And Belinda, I
Standing
want
by.
you to increase our standing in Egypt. We can stand to be
Making
doing
our
anything
case.
there. Okay.
Offering support.
Initiating recon.
Surveil location mission complete. So we're scanning. So surveil is useful to keep an eye out for alien operatives, hidden operatives from enemy factions. But a lot of times you use it to make sure there isn't a xenophonic growing. I'll explain that if we see some. Folks.
As the other.
Ooh,
Think
mission
of
to
what will
Mars.
happen once hundreds of millions of kilometers lie between us. Chancellor Li Qingzao distributed humanity.
All right, so that just unlocked our ability to do stuff on Mars. Now, I don't really like spending the resources right now for that, but we need to prospect it sooner or later. I'm going to hold off. As important as it is to get good sites on Mars, because it's a major component of the game, there are a ton of them, and for the moment, our Luna facilities are important. We just need those resources for mining. So we're going to hold off on that. Keep an eye out here.
The people will come to our side.
Keep campaigning.
Public
against
opinion
Jet.
remains unmoved.
Folks. And then we are putting on...
We found something.
So, pretty mellow round. So, I forgot about Deimos, though. Okay, so there are some asteroids that get unlocked probe abilities when you get to that stage of Mars. So we can see the Project Exodus and the Resistance are both racing towards Deimos. Now, one option in the early game that some people will do is attempt to get all those things scanned as soon as they can. Asteroids can have some great resources, and some of the bigger ones, like Lick's not bad, Eros not bad. So some of these have unlocked. They're looking at Deimos, and I don't see it. We could do this. We can go into Intel, prospecting. Oh, well, these are the places we can prospect right now. Let's see. Instead, we're going to go to... No. There's a button for this. We'll worry about it later, folks. But there are a bunch of potential asteroids between us and Mars. Finding good ones that are actually scannable can be hard. Like Eric accounts. But anyhow... I know, but you know what? Let's just spend a moment looking for the button. Here we go. Solar system. To look by name. Is it going to be a number something Deimos, or is it just going to be Deimos? The numbers drive me crazy because if you don't know the number for it. Do they have a search? Launch 11 probes. Oh, hey, that's a new ability. Probing all space out. So, okay, well, we're not ready for that yet, but is it probable? They should have a filterable. Whether or not we can look at it. Mining profile, orbit, description. Let's look at descriptions. Asteroid, satellite of Mars. See, and that's what I was thinking about wrong. It's a moon of Mars, but they call them an asteroid satellite. So they are hitting up Deimos and Phobos. It's fine. Let them have them. We're not worried about it, folks. We're focusing on the moon. I don't know how I forgot that Deimos is a satellite of Mars. Psh. Terrible of me. Okay. Well, no major news, so no news is good news. So let's update the bank again. 18.7k, influence is at 38.9 after our last spend. Pretty healthy ops budget, 79.4. Boost is up to 30.8. We're getting closer to that line, folks. Mission control has grown up to 8, so we've got 2 out of 8 mission control. Oh, let's fix that chart. Cap, we're at 215 over 217, which is reducing our penalties. Income's at 208. Influence generation's up to 76.8 because our control point cap's gone up. Ops budget's up to 12.9. Boost is growing at 5.2. Research, I have a weird number that I must have typed wrong last time. 787.3. All right. And I believe we double check, but we'll make sure. I don't think there are any new alien fleets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No new fleets. Sticking at 6 alien fleets. All right, let's take a look at our nations, folks. Yeah, we've got some unrest going on. Let's take care of that.
Ready to go.
Hold deep. I want you to stabilize.
We'll make things safe.
And China,
Ready.
I would like you to stabilize. Israel.
We'll turn down the heat.
Keep things calm in both of those places, please. How's the U.S. government doing? Oh, we're up to 7.9. Yeah, that program is really starting to pay off. We can get them up to 8. That'll make a bit of a big difference. They're fractured again, though. Somebody is screwing with our cohesion. So the inequality is high. That hurts it. Really means we should be spending more on welfare. Okay, where can we sacrifice, folks? Where can we sacrifice? How about we do this? Yeah. We're going to increase our spending into welfare a little bit. See if that makes a difference. Okay. 15% of the budget into welfare. I mean, when you think about that compared to today's United States, and our military budget at the moment is basically nothing. All right, we're going to confirm our assignments.
Offering counsel.
Things are cooling off.
Order is returning.
Good.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Keep working on getting,
We're winning their
Egypt
hearts and
Party
minds.
happy with us. So we're doing all right in the U.S. It looks like the resistance has been in there a little bit. The protectorate's the big one. That's that blue there. We do
Culture?
not want them.
Culture is nothing more than a qualitative marketing profile. Whether your line is boots, carbonated beverages, or civilian firearms, your job is to develop products that people will incorporate into their identities so deeply they can't see where their personality stops and our branding begins. Chairman Soren van Wyk remarks during conference call with senior product managers.
That's our faction, guys. That's who we are. We are. We're look. We're gonna solve the future through corporate savviness. Yeah. All right. Let's look at this. So we've got one of our global tech slots open, and we're in kind of a funny place from a technology tree perspective. Really, what we should be aiming for is space research stuff. Directed space research, because we want to get up to that. How do we want that because we ultimately want to be able to build better space stuff. Augmented reality. Okay, we're going to do augmented reality. I don't really care about it in general if memory serves, but it'll unlock some stuff that we want. Okay, let's look at our resources. The bank is going up healthily. 19.6k. Good. Influence is recovering rapidly from that last spend. Ops budget continues to grow. 33.2 for boost. We're getting there. We're getting there. Those lines are getting close, folks. MC's at 2 of 8 still. Control points, cash growth 209.4. So our funding continues to improve. Influence is continuing to recover at 77. Ops 12.9. Boost 5.2. Research 792.3. All right, we're feeling good about that, folks. Double check our alien fleets. And it's 6 alien fleets. Okay. There we go. Pretty calm. Things are a little bit in Kazakhstan. What's going on in the US? Do we have operatives over there? Is unusual. So we're going to send China to surveil the US.
Eyes up.
And Kuldeep's going to go back to looking for the presence of aliens. So we're going to surveil. That should give us a pretty reasonable scan in the Middle East.
Setting a watch.
Move on. Headed into May 2024.
Initiating surveillance.
On Overwatch.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Got a good, healthy
We've moved
public
the
opinion
needle.
cushion in Egypt. The U.S. is definitely seeing resistance and protectorate activity. Yeah, there's the aliens probably helping out the protectorate. They're not direct allies. Well, they're informal allies, the protectorate and the aliens. It's not like it is with the servants of the aliens. Okay. Protectorate's got a moon base up. And the servants have a moon base up. They both decided to invest in the moon. We've got alien operations going on everywhere, folks. Right.
Standing by for orders.
So we're going to send Belinda to investigate in the U.S. here.
We'll recon the site. Standing by.
We're going to send
Ready for my mission.
go look at who this counselor is and see if we can't
Investigating
scare them
target.
Where do you need me? Headed there now.
off. A lot of alien activity. Oh, should have updated the bank before we do that, but that's okay. We're at 20.3k. Influence 94.8. Ops 82 after those spins. Boost 35.9. Still got a ways to go there, folks. 11.6. So cash income is continuing to go up. Influence generation has gone down a little bit, but it's holding fairly steady. Boost, no change. Science, barely up. Okay. Six alien fleets, so no new fleets. Kazakhstan's seeing some unrest, so we will put that on our board to pay attention to. See what's happening here in the US. The economy's having some problems because I'm not investing in it heavily right now. But welfare is improving. Which is improving cohesion. And the government continues to improve. Very slowly. Well, keep an eye on that.
I will help them.
I have new information.
Public
More
opinion is
alien
moving in our
activity in the
direction.
US. It's not unexpected. Russia's scooping up nations because of the influence of the Academy.
Recon complete. Mission abort.
Something happened there. Oh, I think I sent two people to investigate the same alien activity. Oh, that's my mistake. A new alien fleet's been detected. Alright, well, let's take a look at this. So the US saw a sudden drop in popularity. And that's a sign of alien activity for sure, but let's look at Victor 12. A frigate, a Stone Guardian class frigate. Yes, we will end rivalry with European Union and Kazakhstan. That's good news. Nether interdictor. Okay. Well, have to keep our eye out. The aliens do continue to generate resources like that. Update our resources. $13.4. Influence. Still kind of down a little bit. And research is still going up a little bit. That's good. Now, what we're going to need to look at then is unrest values. Yeah, Kazakhstan, United States, Israel, the usual subjects. So we've got a few things we're going to do here.
Where do you need me?
Linda is going to go research alien activity in Chicago.
Investigating alien site. I'm here.
And then I'm going to send Cold Deep to stabilize Kazakhstan. And care about Iran. Yes.
We'll turn down the heat.
And then Sheena
What's the op?
is going to go stabilize the United States.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
So in July, we're getting close to July. That's when nuclear freighters are unlocked, which should lower the cost to deliver resources to orbit, which should help a lot. Okay.
Lending my
These
expertise.
Nice. Bubbly. How are things, Bubbly? I see you out there. Only down to peaceful. Not a great roll. Okay, we'll repeat that. Gotta
Violence
keep
is
them stable.
abating.
Okay, the U.S. is peaceful.
The people
though.
will
Good.
come to our side.
Another alien base on Triton. Yeah, they're spreading again. They put up an orbital facility. Yep.
Here's what we found.
Well, that's okay. Something's going on in a major flood in Copenhagen. Right, let's update our numbers here. Alien fleets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fleets still. Okay, we need to boost up Kazakhstan. So we're going to go ahead and defend interests there with Sheena.
Securing our interests.
Ready to go.
I should double check the bank. 22.1k, 132.8 influence, ops sitting at 95.1, boost 41.3. MC holding steady. Control points steady. Income's going up a little bit. And influence is coming back up. Ops generation steady, boost is steady, and research is up just a little bit, folks. Okay. So we're continuing to see some decent progress there. Got somebody heading to Kazakhstan, so let's take a look at where we can use Belinda best. The US is at 60% influence, 49, so all of these are pretty good numbers. So I'm going to see, can she go stabilize Israel?
Restoring order.
Do that there. There aren't those nuclear tugs yet. Alright. That's where we're at,
Offering
folks.
support.
Securing our control.
Looks like we're seeing... Oh, we got another event occurred. The town that stood still. The whole population of a small town in the Denver region has stopped moving entirely. We can only suspect this to be a prelude to further alien actions. So as the invasion goes on, we see weirder and weirder stuff start to happen, people. So there's a few options that you could do if you had certain technologies. Well, we don't have those. So our options are to just ignore it, in which case 6 abductions happen in the US. That is bad. Or we can do a rapid response, a massive actuation. It's going to cost us money and operations points, 20 operation points, which are lost. Now, we get a boost if we succeed. There's a 25% chance of it failing. The best success gives us a huge boost and no abductions. The middle, we're going to see a mild boost to us and 2 abductions, and then the last one is 6 abductions, which actually hurts us. But let's do it. Let's try. Huge. All right, it was a success. We managed to trigger the huge opinion boost, so we successfully evacuated everyone.
You contain multitudes. Every breath you take may contain atoms of Tutankhamun, or Christ, or Asimov. For any human to think of themselves as intrinsically apart from others is absurd. We are, all of us, made from each other. Superior Judith Howell, Infinite You, Self-Improvement Course.
Yeah, that line is from the head of the Servants faction, the pro-alien faction. That does remind
Things
me
are stabilizing.
of a fact I heard, which is that theoretically speaking, the understanding is that from a statistical viewpoint, every drop of water that you've ever drank has absolutely been dinosaur pee. That's how long the dinosaurs were around, and how long and how things work over time. So,
Violence
fun
is
fact of the
abating.
day. All right, we've got some good rolls on
We're
our
winning their
stabilize.
hearts and minds.
We're at folks. Now, we're getting very close to July, which might give us enough of a boost to reduce the cost of the space mines enough that we can get ourselves up into orbit easier. So they're spreading into other places now, which we knew the aliens were going to do. All right, let's look at the updates here, folks. Bank's up to 22.6k. I gotta look and see if there's any orgs that we can get. We've got quite a bit of influence banked away now. Down to 81 ops after that last round. Boost is 43.27. Control cap remains unchanged. Cash generation has gone up. Influence generation has gone up. Ops hold steady, boost hold steady. Research continues to go up. Alright, folks, we're feeling good about that. Let's look at alien fleets, though. I think there's a new fleet out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still just 6. But they're getting new vessels. This is a larger fleet. So Victor 11 holds 3 ships. That's not exactly good. Standoff, interdictor. Okay. So the aliens are preparing for potential space combat, and human forces still don't even have any real good space. I don't think we have any spaceships yet. If we go to the fleets tab, all factions, just alien fleets. Okay. Wow, that's exciting. Clear out our log there, and let's see where we're at, folks. US continues to see reduced inequality, improved cohesion, improved education. We are burning the GDP a little bit to do this, which is hurting science generation. But that's okay. That's okay. It's a temporary measure. And I think it's a small cost for an improved standard of life for people. Things are fine in Egypt. Okay, let's look at the overview. Alright, we've got our unrest all in hand. Nobody's overly bad for overall influence. Okay. So, with that said, we can spend some time doing some scanning. Linda, why don't you
Initiating
check
recon.
the US?
Where to?
Sandeep, I want you to check Central Africa.
Eyes up.
And
Your
Sheena,
orders?
I want you to surveil the heart of Europe.
Surveilling target area.
Alright, let's make sure we don't have any xenofauna outbreaks.
Surveilling target area.
I will help them.
Initiating surveillance. On Overwatch.
There's a xenofauna outbreak in France. Yeah, I was worried about that. The computers and
Public
always
sentiment
progressive
is
about taking out
increasingly with
xenofauna,
us.
but you don't want to let the xenofauna grow up too much. That will cause you problems. Okay, alright, there's that nuclear freighters project. We're going to pause them. Okay, why don't we go with main operations. We'll do that. It's not what I want to do, but that's what we'll do. Folks, let's go to the moon. Nestle Water. Mining complex now costs 24.7 to boost up. That's how big of a difference the nuclear freighters make, people. All right. Well, that's great news. So we are going to go ahead and get that up there. That means that we do have the resources to go and I'm just going to look at our own stuff. Pair this bad boy. Right. So that means we can go ahead and get rid of our monitor here that we built. Let's put that back to black. Okay, boost. Good, good, good. That was fantastic. That's fantastic news. I mean, we've got alien abductions and xenofauna stuff going on Earth, but still, we'll take the win. All right, everybody. What do we got going on back here? So, they're probing Mars. I knew that was going to happen eventually. You know what? We got a little bit of a budget now. Let's get a probe to Mars. Don't want to be too far behind in that game. Oh, we should double check our resources. 23.2k in the bank. 189 for influence. We meant to check that. We got to do that this turn. 87.8 for ops. Boost down to 17.1, but it was well worth it. Mission control, we're 2 out of 8. Control points unchanged. Cash generation is up to 217.5. Influence is holding steady. Ops holding steady. Boost is down. Let's look at a few of these things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So only 6 fleets. What's going on in Kazakhstan and US? Why are we seeing a boost hit? Could be the unrest in the US. Okay, but we need to do a few things.
Your orders?
So
Standing
Pookie
by for
is
orders.
going to assault the alien life forms because she's our
Heading
best
to the
commander.
LZ.
Ready to go.
Sheena is going to stabilize the United States.
Restoring order.
And Belinda
Acknowledged.
will investigate the alien activity.
Headed there now.
Offering counsel.
How long until we get this thing built? 6 in September. It takes forever. That's okay. That's okay.
Order is returning.
We've moved the needle.
Not sure why our boost income went down.
By the numbers.
Oh, it's because of the increased HABs, because the sustainment necessary for... So as you build facilities in space,
We
it does
found
increase
something.
boost costs. Yep. I forgot about that part. That's alright, folks. We're going to get by just fine. So Humanity First has got in on the moon game. Looks like it's just us and the Protectorate going for Mars itself right now. That's interesting. Okay, and it looks like we need to improve our defend interests in Egypt. Okay, so
Where to?
Sheena, I want you to go and defend interests in Egypt.
Protecting our
So things
interests.
continue to go well there.
Ready to go.
Now, should have updated my values before then. 24.4k. Oh, and I said I was gonna. I am terrible at this sometimes. Alright, folks. So, before I get distracted by everything else, let's investigate our counselors. Alright, Belinda has got 20 available. She's got some capacity for orgs. There's a number of interesting orgs available at the moment. Now, would any of these benefit her? Who has access to all these? Linda's the only one who could take the 10th U.S. Special Forces Group, which is an interesting fit for her. She's got some command ability and some security, but mostly it's probably just because she is got government and she's United States. So that would give us more ops generation, give her some command and some security. Very little costs, but it's 100 influence. Now, Iris Laboratories increases overall research plus science and gives space program boost mission control and energy research. Daedalus Metals increases economy and spoils and gives space mining output bonus. And gives, yeah, I want both of those. I want both of those for Balthasar. How's Balthasar doing? He's got some room for stuff. No augment's worth it, but let's give him both Iris Laboratories. And we're going to give him Daedalus Metals. Do I want the long information group? That would give us an extra... It would give him some espionage, which doesn't really matter. Is there anybody that is close to having the ability to take it? Who's my investigators? Sheena's really the one, but it's going to be hard. She's too far away from getting it. I mean, I should augment her administration anyways. That gives her access to the 10th Special Forces Group. I'm going to increase administration ability for Larissa just because she's kind of low on the tree there. Now that would give her the ability, but she doesn't really need the espionage stuff. So it just doesn't make any sense to give it to her. Now giving the 10th Forces Group to Sheena would make sense, since she can't get that one. I'd rather her get that one though. Indecision, folks. This is riveting, I know. Give her some extra command though. Alright, Blenda. Let's at least spin some of your basic stuff. For you, got a pretty good persuasion. Your administration could stand to be better. Your science is terrible. Increase your persuasion. Well, we are going to give Balthasar Liang Information Group. They're too good to pass up. And then we are going to give 10th U.S. Special Forces Group to Sheena, because she could actually benefit from that. Spent some stuff there, folks, but that's going to give us some benefits. 14, 19, 10, 10, 0, 3. Okay, so some much needed improvements for our counselors. Nations are pretty stable. So Belinda, let's go scanning.
Ready for orders.
I'm gonna change your mission up. I need you to investigate whoever this Joker is.
Initiating surveillance.
So Belinda,
where do you need me?
You're going to go ahead and defend interests in Egypt.
Making things safe for our people.
And Kuldeep,
ready.
You're going to keep scanning. Let's scan up here near the Nordic regions.
Initiating recon.
All right, folks.
Protecting our interest.
Offering assistance.
On Overwatch.
Earth's a little disco ball. And we are excitedly protecting it.
Surveillance complete.
Yeah, and it was the servants trying to get back into the U.S. Get out of my country.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
You bet it is. Oh, another alien fleet? Oh, got a bunch of stuff going on here. Completed some objectives and stuff. All right, Project Complete Alien Operations. Unhelpfully, domestic law enforcement tends to close investigations once apparent abductees return, and thus it has fallen to our local operatives to follow up on many of the rumors of erratic or aberrant behavior amongst the reappeared. Concerningly, their investigations and interviews strongly corroborate these reports, and indeed suggest that the true purpose of alien abductions is something other than the mere research and experimentation. We do have some new understandings of alien activities and how humans may fulfill them. Alright, so updated codex with information so we understand some new abilities that they have, enthrall elites, enthrall public, enthrall unaligned elites, which allows us to now start seeing alien operations.
This appears to be some kind of hostile takeover effort on the part of the aliens.
Alright, and this has updated our agenda for us here in the Illuminati, so let's take a look. We have a breakthrough, and the news is troubling. The countries previously targeted by alien abductions are now displaying sudden and dramatic shifts towards a pro-alien viewpoint, with key figures in public and private spheres disappearing or being fired, while pro-alien figures take their place. Most disturbing are the cases where the figures are not being replaced, but are instead undergoing what can only be described as a total shift in personality. Public figures who in the past advocated for nationalism, independence, or other ideologies are now suddenly declaring fervent support for the aliens. In several cases, figures who are, or were, sympathetic to our cause have undergone this sudden shift. In all cases, they have cut off communication immediately and refused to answer our requests for info. It is clear that the aliens have some method of influence or controlling humans that is beyond anything available to us. By our current projections, if they are left to expand their influence unchecked, they will come to dominate Earth in a few years at most. The alien method of influence is the key to this conflict, and all of our resources should be devoted towards understanding it. We've activated an alien threat monitor as viewable in the alien tab of the intel screen. Okie doke. Oh, that's big. And we have a new objective to research the alien movements. And we need to set our goals. Oh, so much going on here, folks. So we need an engineering project. And there's a lot of things that I would like to research. So we need to start thinking about, now that we've got resources in space, we need to start thinking about space labs and stuff. So I'm going to set up a xenology lab research. And we're going to start researching labs. But I am going to back off a little on the intensity for that. Spread things around a little bit more. Okay. That was intense. That was an intense round, folks. Okay, what do we got? Solar power is up at BP mining on the moon. Good. Oh, let's look here at the scoreboard. Money is down. Oh, that's because we spent a lot of money. 23,900. Influence 129.2 because we spent a bunch of that. Ops budget is continuing to grow. 21.7 for boost. Mission controls holding steady. Our CP cap increased to 221. Cash generation took a jump up to 237.4. Influence generation jumped up to 806.6. Ops generation jumped up to 19.3. Boost generation is actually down at 4.5 because of increased base costs. Research is at 858.4, so another jump. Good job, team. All right, we've got an alien threat meter over here on the side, folks. This little gizmo. It's set to 0, which is good news. The aliens basically don't notice us yet. Now we're going to come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still sitting at 6 fleets. So the aliens have been... I've seen fleets pop up, but what's probably going on is that they continue to merge into Victor 11. Yeah. Victor 11 is growing in size. So they are building a response fleet, but they've been holding them out there in the Kuiper Belt right now. Which... what you gonna do? Yeah, they're getting great resources off that place from the looks of it. We're almost to the point where our mines are going to start to come up. Not completely there yet. Here we're looking at September 12th. Build one yet. We need 24.7, so we're not there yet for that. clear out our task board. Some unrest going on. The usual places, folks. We are going to go ahead and tackle those. Let's just double check the US. Oh.
Standing by for orders.
Calm down things in Israel as per
We'll make
usual.
things safe.
Your
Belinda,
orders?
I want you to stabilize the United States.
We'll make things safe.
Bolti,
Reporting in.
I want you to stabilize, I believe it's Kazakhstan.
Restoring order.
Keep our countries calm, keep people happy.
Offering counsel. Prepping for next mission.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay.
Information is our greatest weapon, bar none. If we know enough about what we're fighting and where, we can win wars before even a single shot has been fired. Commander Fiona Ayawade, Data in the Shadow of War.
Alright, folks. Back to the big tech tree. But we are not alone. It's already done. That's not what we're after. Orbital shipbuilding. Already done. No, space research. It's where we want to be. This will unlock some labs, but also directed space research. Alright, so what we want to do is unlock some abilities to build bigger space labs. Not that we've built any at all yet, folks. And we also want to build out some orbital stations. Our space game has been crawling along, but we're getting very close to getting our first mine up. It's going to start taking some of the pressure off of those orbital costs. Water is going to be the one that's going to see the biggest advantage. Fizzles, it's going to take a while for us to get enough fizzle generation. I'm sorry, fizzles. Same with volatiles, to be honest. But we'll be able to get some base metals and some water production up in orbit, which is a big deal. Okay. Yeah, we've got some operatives back in the US from somewhere. Probably the Resistance. Which we don't want. We don't want them here. They're not welcome. Probes going everywhere. Rebuilding up the bank after that last spending spree. Got a big ol' ops budget, which is nice to have in case things get crazy. Cash generation 238.8, influence 79.4. That's down a little bit. Alright, we're not doing too bad there, folks. US's defend interest has expired, though. So
At your
Brenda,
service.
you're going to go ahead and defend interest in the United
Securing
States.
our control.
Shina, you're going
What's
to
the op?
investigate. Let's shoot
Standing
off
by.
whoever that is.
Standing by for orders.
Let's take a look at the resources going on here. Things are fine in most places. So what we want is to scan. Let's go ahead and surveil. Make sure we don't have any alien growth.
Setting a watch.
Protecting our interest.
I will help them.
Surveilling target area.
Look at the time, folks. Well, once our space mines go active, yeah, it's the servants. I thought it might be the
The
resistance.
people will come to our side.
Nope, the Ukraine fell. No, we researched the first lab. I'm just going to unlock all the labs for the moment. They're fast, easy researches, and we're going to need them. And once we have some facilities in space going, I want to be able to... Oh yeah, that's a big deal. We just got space generation in the game. Yes. We're gonna have to start tracking that stuff here soon, folks. So Nestle Water is generating water, and we are generating metals. Okay, this is a game changer. So let's take a look here. Outpost Mining Complex. It's only going to cost us 21.1 boost because some of the cost to build it. So to build this thing, it requires... Well, it doesn't completely list everything that it requires to build in space. Things build faster if you can build them in space completely, usually speaking, but we're still using some Earth-based resources, so we're going to still see some cost for that. Outposts, the mining outposts do use up some of your mission control cap. But... I wish they listed the actual build costs. They don't. You have to figure it out the hard way. They're like, well, with what you have, this is how much it costs to build. Okay. Before we do that, let's go ahead and update our leaderboard here. 25,800 cash. Influence is back up to 170.4. Really healthy ops budget just in case things go south. Boost is up. We're going to have to start paying attention to mission control because we're using 3 of 8. And I want to get some facilities up. 224 out of 221. So control point usage went down slightly. Interesting. That's probably due to an economic shift in one of the countries, making their control points cheaper to do. And with the kind of investments I've been doing right now, they are burning some of their ability to generate resources in exchange for us to get them more stable. 229.8 for cash, influence 79.5, ops is unchanged, boost 4.6, so that's going up, and research 853.9. So for next time, we'll start building in the ability to track our space resources and our space resource generation, folks. I think is where we're going to wind up. But for the moment, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and save. All right. Yeah. Okay. And let's look at that. Go back to the other one. Yeah. So thanks for coming along on the ride today, everybody. I'm still at it. Well, I was still at it. Bubbly, where you been? But actually, now that it's 3:47, I'm thinking it's about time for me to roll. I've been streaming for about 3.5 hours, and yes, the kids are playing games, and the baby's asleep, and the sweetheart's doing her own things, but I've got to be a mildly responsible father figure, even on a Saturday, even if it involves just making myself more accessible. You all know how that goes. But I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for everybody that showed up. Hey, for all of you that jumped in, if you enjoy this at all, because I know we had a bunch of you come in from thanks to Whispering, dropping you off my way, smash that follow button. Join the list, so that way you'll see the next time I'm running this. Don't forget to leave things in the chat or other messages. You can find me also on YouTube at Dad Name Cobra. It used to be a Dad Name Cobra, but I finally got Dad Name Cobra back. You can also find me on Threads and on Twitter and Instagram at Dad Name Cobra. So all those places, all the socials. And you can tell me what you thought of the feed, or if there's other games you want me to play. I also do American Truck Simulator sometimes. I also do 7 Days to Die Home Repair. One of these days I'll get some other people to join me in shooting some zombies. Yeah, all sorts of random stuff. But we're gonna go for now. Everybody have an amazing Saturday. Tell your families you love them. Bubbly, thank you for looking at the stream. I'll catch you later. I'll catch the rest of you later. Have a good one.